Hi everybody, Salam alaikum and Ramadan Kareem. Welcome to another edition of Zooming in on the Halal Metropolis, where we look at how local Muslims are dealing with the COVID-19 pandemic. Today we are here with Nabeeha Ali, who is a student at International Academy of Macomb and also the co-president of the Global Peace Club. So Nabeeha, I just want to say hello, welcome, Ramadan Kareem. I just want to check in and see how you and your family are doing.
Yeah, thank you. First of all, I want to thank Halal Metropolis for inviting me here today. And in terms of how I'm doing today, it's going by one day at a time. At first, it didn't feel as comfortable, but now as we're going into it, the schools are engaging more into video calls and virtual chats, and it has made it easier for me as a junior at a high school. Being the co-president of Global Peace Club, there have been a lot of responsibilities that come with engaging your members and engaging your school. And as a cumulative community, we've agreed to set up virtual chats with our members in our community and also raise awareness. And so my co-president, Zafira Ali, and I have made a website so that our school can still be aware of what's going on. And Global Peace Club is a community based nonprofit organization that helps spread awareness on what's happening around the world and also tries to bring world peace. This was actually inspired by the United Institute of Peace and the donating company called Global Giving. So we've partnered with them and tried to bring this club into our school and help our community out. Both diversity and peace is very important to us, especially in an IB school. The International Academy of Macomb is an IB school, and an IB school is similar to AP, but the courses are more focused around on how to help communities internationally and how to learn internationally. And so a lot of the subjects are as rigorous as AP is, but they are a little bit different when it comes to the focus of the curriculum.
Right. So could you tell me a little bit about how it's been shifting everything online? I know it's a very sudden thing just to be on school remotely, and I'm a senior in college, so and I've had that experience as well, but I'm sure it's completely different for somebody that is in high school or somebody that goes to a different school. So can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, so we were supposed to be at school by April 16, but because of the extensions,
Mhm.
we had to make some changes. And so at first, the school wasn't so mandatory about like the video calls and the virtual chats. But after the extension, we've made a schedule and it's a block schedule. We go by a block schedule. And so there's a certain time that you need to be in a class. With that being said, and the deadlines and SAT, as a junior, seeing those deadlines move can be a little bit of a cushion to your curriculum because you have more time to study for these types of deadlines. But now it's a little bit also a little stressing because you also are worried like what is supposed to come in the future. Like these deadlines keep on moving, so you never know when something is due. You never know if you're going to be taking the SAT. So those are types of questions that juniors are facing right now. In regards to the seniors, we're so sorry for them, and they're missing out their prom and a lot of the parties that come with their graduation. And we just hope that things go back to normal because even though virtual classes are helping people and there's still that face-to-face connection, the classroom atmosphere is so much more important than just the virtual atmosphere that comes with Zoom calling or Skype calling. But these virtual calls are manageable, but sometimes you lose the motivation to be on the video calls. But as you're moving forward, we're trying to make sure that we're as diligent and motivated as possible, and our teachers are sending out emails, making sure that we're okay. And that's props to the administration and the Board of Education for trying their best to be there for us in those terms.
Of course. So I know that a lot of colleges have come out to say that they're kind of canceling or not accepting or SAT scores for 2021 freshmen. how is all of how has the pandemic and the news like that coming out from colleges affecting how you're planning your own future?
Yeah, so for some people, when we first heard all these different types of news about the SAT being canceled or some colleges not accepting the SAT during this time, it hit us hard because a lot of people have studied for the SAT for such a long time. Like these people are determined to do well on these SAT, and to hear that it will not happen for many colleges or many schools is kind of sad. But for Michigan, we know that the SAT is supposed to be in the fall, and maybe it'll fall in September or October. In terms of my school, we came up with a document, and the school has administered a document setting out all the colleges that will be accepting SATs or is where a SAT is mandatory for that college, and then which colleges are not, like they need the SAT. So those are things that we're looking into. In terms of just deadlines besides the SAT, I know a lot of AP tests or IB tests are also falling in this category. Like this year, all the IB tests were canceled. And so it's a shocker for many seniors because IB test is something that you prepare for your whole entire high school career, also with AP tests. And so knowing that those things are canceled, or at least in terms of the IB test is canceled, is disheartening because these people try their best to, do the best they can during these times, and then they find out that their 4 years or 2 years of working hard isn't going to really pay off on a test that they've been like preparing for. Um, but also knowing that IB tests and AP tests also deliver credits. So a lot of colleges are trying their best to make sure that students are getting enough credits or the credits they deserve using previous work instead of the test that could have been administered or should have been administered like last year or the years before.
Well, I didn't know that about the colleges making room for that, so that's really great. That's good news. Um, so you mentioned to me that your high school has been making efforts to make sure that students not only are being enriched by their regular curriculum as much as they could virtually, but they're also trying to push across like these extracurricular activities that might be more of like a community-based thing for students during regular school hours. So how has that experience been like being virtually online, connecting with students for extracurricular activities?
Yeah, it's been going pretty well. In terms of my school, the International Academy of Macomb held a Earth Day virtual event by our great ecology club. And so those things are keeping us more motivated, actually. It's like you don't always want to be doing Zoom calls and Skype calls just talking about your regular subjects. You still want to have that school motivation. And so we've also tried to do that through our website. And again, a lot of juniors, like they don't want to miss on their extracurricular activities because they pay off during like college applications.
Right.
And also like you don't want to miss out on that high school experience. Like those extracurricular activities make up a person and
Hmm.
make you stand out most likely. Um, but that's like school, and like the school is trying their best to help hold virtual meetings and try to do different activities as much as possible. But obviously, Ecology Club may not be able to like celebrate Earth Day as they could have at school, but they tried their best and their activities were amazing. They've also listed many other opportunities that you can help out the club. And those things are really encouraging for those students to still say, hey, like your extracurricular activities, they're still going on. It's just, it's in a different atmosphere.
Hmm.
Another thing, some extracurricular activities are connected to colleges too. Like I take a lot of pre-college programs. I'm a part of the MSU Future Docs program, which is a medical-based program. We were supposed to be having more sessions this year, but because of the coronavirus, obviously we could not have those sessions. But we set up virtual meetings. Like I got to have virtual meetings with doctors and got to have virtual meetings with the med students like I would have if I had done the club. I'm also going to be a part of the MSU Osteo Champs program, and they have set up dates and also virtual meetings on what we will be doing. So those things are very encouraging that our Board of Education is so strong and so diligent in understanding that extracurriculars are as important as their regular learning subjects that we're doing.
Yeah, that's actually so cool, and I'm glad that you students are being enriched by something other than just like regular classes. That's not something that's been happening at the college level, to be honest, for me personally. So it's really cool to see that happening for high school students. Could you tell me more about how? So you mentioned that you're hopefully looking forward to being a doctor at some point. How has this whole pandemic kind of shifted, if at all, or even encouraged you, or how has it changed your goals at all?
Yeah. So for a lot of high schooler, there's a lot of cons that come with the coronavirus because we're missing out on so many different things. But as a youth, we feel like we've also engaged in understanding the world a little bit more better. Like the coronavirus has given us a bigger opportunity to research on how we can improve the world. Like a lot of something that I'm more focused on when it comes to becoming a doctor is learning about more health disparities in the public health. I think it's very important to understand the public health if you want to be in the med field, because obviously that's the field you're going in. And the coronavirus has motivated me to research more on how diseases and how the public health and health disparities affect each other. And it's so important to be there for each other, like be there for each of our communities, because some communities are impacted by the coronavirus more than others. In general, we're all um, impacted by it, but some communities may be disadvantaged than others, and we need to be there for us. As a Global Peace Club president, I feel like my interest in being in the med field and also being a co-president of a club that talks about public health, it is a great connection, and I try my best to impact our club and like throw out different articles about coronavirus and health disparities. I feel like these types of experiences make us a better person, even though we're missing out on a lot of different things. We get to learn about how we can improve our communities and the community work that a lot of people are doing, just like Halal Metropolis is doing. I'm so thankful for those types of things because yeah, like every single community is in so many different struggles, and the fact that a Muslim community can look into an organization that is talking to everybody, that's amazing. And those are the things we look up to and we inspire by. I know I've also contacted like the MSU Global Health, and they are doing their greatest job, like trying to have the set up like these meetings and set up these posts so that more people know about the coronavirus and more communities are less impacted by it. And I just want to say that, like, in the future, these types of events will help me become a better doctor, become a better health medical professionals. I feel like we should be more concerned about our public health because it's so important, and so we don't fall into these types of events in the future.
That's really insightful. Thank you. Um, So I want to wish you luck going forward. Hopefully, schooling, extracurricular activities, everything goes smoothly. And thank you for tuning in with me on the Zoom in of the Halal Metropolis. Uh, Everybody else, thank you for watching, and please watch out for our next post. Assalamu alaikum and Ramadan Kareem again.
Ramadan Kareem.